Hi, Lady Lilith here with I'm going to call this Haunted Friday. So, here it is. Everyone has told their ghost stories or their experiences. This one happened, I think it was in 2016. It might have been when we first moved here. The other girls were in school, but the night before this had happened, or found out, I was visited by some very interesting beings, to say the least. I'm going to say beings because I'm not for sure if they are quite human or if they are just entities. But, so I was in my living room, and we were just laying down on the floor, and I guess I was just staring at the wall for a little while because I was, I guess, in thought form, and lo and behold, this beautiful, very, very, very pale, luminescent woman with white hair, blue eyes, and a white wolf with blue eyes visited me. And they looked very forlorn and sad. And then after that, we went to the room that I am in now, and I was laying down, and I was just thinking about things, and again, I guess I do a lot of that sometimes. Anyway, so what had happened was, I was staring at the wall again, and if you have not seen my wall, you can see it. That's my wall. So, all of a sudden, I see this battle between two werepacks play out. One with white fur, blue eyes. One with black fur and red eyes. And in the midst of this battle that was going on was, I'm going to call him a shadow being, and he was in the middle of more of the I don't want to say evil, but his intent was not good. And you could tell it by his grin that he wore on his face. And he looked me straight in the eyes, and I could just see and sense what he was thinking. And it was like, bitch, you can't do anything about it. And you're stuck watching this as I am instigating this this battle that is taking place. Now, that next day, I can't remember if I was cleaning or doing something. I guess I had the windows open and I was airing out my house, and I heard crying at the front, and I was like, okay, who is crying and what's going on? And it was odd how the scene had played out, and I'll tell you a little bit more. So I go outside, and there's this these young ladies, and they had their kids with them. And it was awful. They had just went into their mother's house, and from what they could tell me in hysterics because of what they have seen, is that they walked into the living room, and there laid their mother on the couch, and she was lifeless, and she was blue, and it was a very, very, very sad moment, because these girls had found their mother dead, and they had itty bitty ones about, well, it wasn't Morgana's age, because at that time she wasn't quite a year, but the little boy looked to be a year, because he was walking very well. And while I held the girls, until their brother came by, the other next door lady, went to check to see what the house and everything. And for the longest time, police officers and everyone, even the fire department, was ruling it an accident. And I said, no, I don't feel this is an accident. Too many factors are playing in. For one, the doors were unlocked, and nothing was taken, or anything like that. And then they were like, well, maybe, it was gas. They left the stove top on, and they got asphyxiation by that. I was saying, and something kept on telling me, no, this is a murder scene. This is a murder scene. And people asked me what my thoughts were. In fact, my husband asked me, and I said, it was no accident. I think something took place. I don't think that someone broke in. I just think that it was a murder scene. I don't know who killed them, but I know it was murder. Well, it took them about a couple of months to come out with what had actually happened after the autopsy. And it was, she died by asphyxiation, which her boyfriend had literally sat on her chest and suffocated her that way. And there was like the literature marks on her neck from where he was trying to strangle her. And then when they pumped his body, they found antifreeze in his body, and quite a bit. So it was considered a murder-suicide, because he was a coward and didn't want to face the death penalty and go to prison for murder. And so that was like a year ago, and here we are now, 2017. I have seen at least 6 to 10 people in this duplex come and go out of both areas. Come and go. No one ever stays in them for more than just a couple of months. And I think that really has to do with what took place here next door to me, and the fact that it was a horrific scene, and it is very haunted. I strongly believe that she is here because it was not her time yet. She was only in her 40s, you know, not too much older than my husband. And I think Scott said that he might have been in his 50s or something like that. And so yeah, it's a very horrific, a very sad and forlorn story. But I do believe that he is very much an earthbound spirit. There's not a shadow of a doubt that he moved on. I mean, because usually people like that, they don't move on at all. So, that is my ghost story for today. And I will do a ghost story every Friday. Or every other Friday. And, this is Lady Lilith saying dark blessings and have a wonderful and magical weekend. Remember to hug the ones that you are close to, because you never know when it's going to be their last or your last. Bye. Is this done?